Well, good day and welcome to my neighborhood. So today we have a mixed bag of stuff. This is just one of those days where there's really nothing amazing going on. It's just more or less a bunch of what I'm gonna call like maintenance work. So we have this MDX back here, just getting a radio installed, nothing fancy there. Let's go back. Hey Fernando.
Hey.
What do we got going on here?
This is just a replaced factory speaker.
So got a blown factory speaker. They brought a new factory speaker. We're just popping it in.
Yep.
All right, so that's this guy here. We got this guy here. This is a dealer. Actually, he's not really a dealer. He's a interior guy. Hey, look, it's me. There we go. So this guy does interior work, and he buys stereo equipment for us. This is his son's car, and I locked it. But let's zoom in right here. See that right there? See those wires hanging out of the dash? Yeah. So apparently they just bought this car, and the guy had it before him, decided that he knew what he was doing, cut the harness out, and this is what he left us. That right there. Who does this? I mean, seriously guys, why? Why would you cut it? I mean, why? That's just ridiculous. Oh, I like how they tried to solder that on. Look at that nugget, not the crimp cap. Look, hold on. Look at that nugget of solder right there. What the hell? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a new harness in there, get that out of here. We don't have a Mazda harness. They just want a harness so that they can plug in and plug out. That's all they're worried about in case they want to change the radio down the road. They don't want to have to keep soldering in and out of the car. They don't have the factory radio, so they're not worried about that. And then we have one more car out front as a Mazda 3. There again, all we're doing is putting in a radio and some steering wheel controls. We might have a couple services today that have just been kind of like in the wind that we needed to get done, that we have, it's been so busy we haven't had time to get to. It's just gonna be a mixed bag today. So we're gonna kind of work our way through. You're gonna see a little time lapse here and there. Maybe we'll talk about some stuff. Yeah, sounds like fun, doesn't it? Let's hope so. All right guys, he's got that going. I'm gonna start getting the dash apart on this, and we'll just work our way through the day. Let's get started.
Okay, so we've been playing with the balance and fader just to make sure what speaker is blown, and definitely the front passenger side, it's blown. That's what we want to replace right now. Let's get to it. Alright, so we have the speaker out. This one is no screws, it's just a clip right here in the top. So what you need to do is grab a pry tool, like a metal pry tool, or if you have like a screwdriver, just carefully try to push it down, and then as soon as you push it down, just pull it. This is the clip right here, making it lock. We had it out, now we have our replacement. This is funny, you know. Look at that. But it's the same speaker. This one just plugged in. And here you go. Locks. Now let's make sure if it works. So it works. Let's put the door panel back together. So this is done. On to the next one.
So one of the services is in right now, and it's a Maestro piece with a F-150 dash kit. Stop blowing cold air. The reason is the power is disconnected, and sometimes when that happens, well, let me show you. So in this case, the air was blowing hot, but the screen was, you know, when you did this was working, but it wasn't changing the temperature. So what you want to do is come into your services, scroll down to where you get to the OEM setup, go ahead and tap that. And then right here where it says Maestro features, go ahead and tap that. Then at the top here it says Maestro module. Go ahead and tap that. And then on the bottom it says module master reset. If you tap that, what it'll do is depower the module, and then the module will power back up, and it'll re-recognize the car. 9 times out of 10, if you have any issues, especially with these Ford, that'll fix it. So if you have like a Mustang kit, the F-150 kit, that'll fix all those issues. So right now we got cold air coming, the controls are working, everything is good. All right, we're gonna get this back out to that customer. Like we said, today's just gonna be weird. So anytime you're pulling the dash apart and it has air fresheners on it, make sure you remove those. That way if some of them tip over and goo comes out, you don't want the goo to come all down the face of the radio. These things also do some substantial damage sometimes to the kits because that goo is harmful. It will eat the clear coat right off of the dash. Now anytime you have to pry a dash like this apart, it's nice to just kind of work your way around it and just kind of poke in, because a lot of the time goo gets into these corners and it treats it like goo. So sometimes just by pushing into the dash like this, you break that seal, which will allow it to come off a little bit easier once you finally find the right point to pry into. Now one thing you guys can't see from the video is like right here and somewhere along here, this wood grain right here, this wood grain is actually starting to peel off this plastic, which really sucks. Having to be super careful. We got the radio out. This also has factory steering wheel controls that apparently they're not going to retain. Bummer. Let's head over to the bench. So for this MDX, we're going to use the Maestro kit 95 78 66B. Now I will tell you, if you ever have to take a dash apart, Maestro has got the best instructions for doing that. They have pictures or drawings. As you can see here, it's showing you how to get this dash kit apart. Making the kit, maybe not so much, but if you need those instructions, you can go to their website and download those or just view them. For radio in this car, we're gonna go ahead and put in a 1300 NEX. So now that we have the factory radio out, we need to go ahead and remove all these brackets. We need to get this top Alpine screen here out of this mount so we can mount it into this. Now the screen has a couple little nipples on it. I don't even know if you can see them. There's a little nipple. There's one. So there's 3 of these, and then there's 3 holes in this kit. So this has to line up with those nipples, and then we use these factory screws to screw it back together. Alright, so before we finish that up, let's go ahead and bring this factory radio back here, and we'll go ahead and throw these guys back on so that they don't lose them, just in case they want to put the factory radio back in at some point. Now, Maestro kits don't come with screws, so you're going to want to make sure you save the ones that come with your radio when you buy it. So as always, center up your screen, tighten it up. Alright, so I went ahead and made up the harness because you guys have seen plenty of that. But what we did is we went ahead and added an extension for the reverse trigger and a accessory and ground along with a remote turn on. Just in case he wants to add a backup camera or a sub amp or something like that into the car down the road. I think he had told Paul he's thinking about adding a backup camera, it just wasn't in the budget. Or if he decides he wants to do the steering wheel controls, we have an accessory and ground right here for them. Alright, Fernando's in the car finishing up the mic and the USB. Let's go join him and we'll get this radio put into the dash and get on to the next car.
So before we snap the whole tank, let's go and give it a test. Let's go and test CarPlay. How's the weather like today? Alright, so CarPlay works. Let's go and set the clock. Alright, so let's snap. So always be careful. Radio is in, everything worked. This is done. on to the next one.
All right, so Fernando, as you know, just told you this guy is done. So we're doing a software update on it right now because these NEXs are constantly updated. Yay. I just had to go out and show a gentleman how to work his radio that he didn't know how to work. No problem there. That's where I disappeared too. That's why I didn't get to join in on the fun. Yeah, and the day continues. Next up, we have the Mazda 3 that we're gonna go ahead and throw a radio and a steering wheel control in. So as soon as this software update is done, we'll pull this guy out. You know, let's just snap to it. And there it is, the Mazda. So this is the dash we have here. Not a big fan of these dashes because it's there's not a lot of mounting that goes on to hold these things in place. Get all the CDs out? Cool. Yeah, it's got the cool R2-D2.
As soon as I turn it on, like, okay, hang on, let me show you. I was like, what? Like, wow! Alright, so this one is just not digital, AC. So if you can see it.
Doesn't light up top. So really at the end of the day, the only thing it's gonna have is a clock.
It's a clock, that's it.
So no great loss if we lose that. So if you have one of these Mazda 3s and you're getting ready to put a radio in, if you have that air top piece and you want to retain it, certain kits will allow you. Otherwise, you know, you can use like this guy here. This has just got a pocket that goes up in that area. That's the one that's got the plug cut out back that we still have to do. We're gonna go ahead and get this out. Ready?
Yeah.
You like the bag, huh?
I like the bag.
That's a cool bag. All right, let's get this dash apart. So for this, we're gonna start by removing this guy right here. There's a hook on this end, and there's some panel clips here in the middle. It's gonna start in the middle, and then that whole thing comes off. And then there's a screw here and here. And that's really it. And that's kind of the problem with this, is that there's not enough holding this radio in place. All right, that's it. Let's head over to the bench and we'll take a look and see what we're putting in this guy. So for this install, the customer brought us his own stuff. So he picked up an X-Scorpion dash kit and he got this Kenwood DDX 774BH. Let's open it up and take a look at it. So it's more or less just like everyone else's dash kit. These little guys here are gonna snap into the side. Got these two little clips down here. These are gonna be for the only clips that hold the radio in the bottom. It's very similar to best kits. Go ahead and remove these pieces here. And then this is just going to snap into place. And then these will go down here. Basically what this feels like is just a really cheap version of best kits. All right, I'm gonna go set this in the dash and just see how it fits. See, the problem with these dashes is that this is the screw point here, and then this has to clip in. There's nothing else that holds this in place. In this case, you have these really weak plastic clips here. This is just gonna fall. Yeah, good stuff. Looks like we'll be doing some magic on this one. Try to get it to stay where it needs to. Well, we need to remove this. I'm thinking we need to leave this because what we might have to do is put a piece here to lift it up to like hold it so that it stays like this needs to stay. So what we might be able to do is attach something like here to here, you know, like from here to here to hold this like this.
Yeah, well, we don't grab a strap from here to this.
We don't need to go that far. What I'm saying is it can just screw in right here. This needs to go bye-bye. We need this room. So I'm hoping that maybe if this is pulled tight, that this will clip in, like hold all that weight. See right now?
Oh yeah. No, I can see how it's falling.
See, what the funny part is like...
As soon as you screw it in...
But like, that's about perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, what we want to do is not pull it any tighter. Probably what we need to do is put a piece that goes like this, and then it screws to here so that this actually stays.
You see? Then leave it. That's gonna go.
Right, so, but what I'm saying is if this is loose, or if this is out to its maximum like this, see how this is out far? If we lock it in place like right there, so that's supposed to snap in like that. So I feel it's gonna want to fall. Whereas if this is out further like this, and then drill a hole here and put a piece right there that'll lock that right in place.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so we've come up with a plan. Not a fan of this kit though, it's very cheap. There's no way this is gonna hold all that weight.